I'm like I was doing the same thing.
Okay, Beauty and the Beast. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Movie won 2 Oscars. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Cast. So for Lumiere, Jerry Orbach.
Yeah! He was on Murder, She Wrote. That's what I know. Oh, don't
You
give
said
me
Law
that.
and Order.
It's not in Law and Order? Well, what he was... Hold on. I'm looking it up myself now. I'm looking up the
No, he
IMDb.
was in Law and Order. He was in Law and Order.
I knew it. Okay. The original Law and Order. And then... yes, David Ogden Stiers. Another excellent actor. All of them are just I love that. I love them like individually, and I think they do all great performances. I just like I don't know. It's just kind of there. I don't really hate the movie. It's not a terrible movie, but I just don't really have. I don't love it like some people, you know.
Yeah, that honestly makes sense. It just doesn't like stick with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
I think Beauty and the Beast more stuck with me from Kingdom Hearts rather than the movie.
I've never played Kingdom Hearts.
Whoa, that's a rabbit hole.
Yes.
That is a rabbit hole for another time.
Yes. Next up, we have Rescuers Down Under, which I believe is the sequel to Rescuers. Yes, we have that down there.
It is actually.
Never seen it. Have you?
It's not as good as the first movie, but it's not as good as the first movie. But it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't remember. I remember liking it, but if you were to ask me what the plot for the Rescuers Down Under was, I'd be like, 2 mice go to Australia to save somebody.
Yeah.
And then that's about it.
Yeah. Well, I've never seen it.
I remember more about the first movie than I do for the second one. I even know something that was a little bit controversial about the first movie.
Oh. Well.
That apparently in like one of the frames, like the first movie, had like a naked woman in the background.
Oh my gosh.
But it was like a split second sort of thing. It was like a blink and you miss it for like the earlier copies of the movie. But like most copies you'd probably find like now have it like edited out. Because well, like re-releases, you kind of go back, you tweak, you edit some stuff up, and you make it look cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
So there might be like an old VHS copy of that like out in the wild.
Yeah, somewhere in a small town thrift store. There's a VHS with a split second frame. Anyway, where would you put it? Where would you rank this?
I'd probably put it in a C.
Yeah, alright. The Little Mermaid.
Speaking of controversial things.
Oh.
Apparently in like some of like the earlier cover art for the Little Mermaid on VHS movie, the castle had a hidden penis in there.
Oh, yes, I know about that. I don't see it. But anyway, I don't think it was hidden intentionally. I think someone just saw it and was like, hey, that looks phallic. But I used to adore this movie as a child. I was obsessed with Ariel. so much anymore. I'd say it's B.
I give it about a B as well. Like, it's not like my go-to Disney movie, but I at least remember a lot about the movie. Like, I remember it more than The Rescuers Down Under.
Yeah, this is true. It was a memorable movie. It had a lot of iconic moments and terrifying moments. I remember being really scared with the scene where the cook is trying to cook Sebastian. But
and again, most of my takes from The Little Mermaid are probably taken directly from Kingdom Hearts.
You know, that's fair. Yeah, it's an okay movie. Next up we have Oliver and Company, which
A.
Okay.
I'd say A because like that does have like some really good music to it. Like the animation, like it had like that like perfect like mix of like clean and like dirty animation to kind of help contrast it from like the posh lifestyle of the kitten that you're following, and then you kind of meet Oliver, and then you get into like the dingy, grimy part of the city where it's essentially New York, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, and it has Billy Joel in it.
Oh yeah, Billy fucking Joel.
I don't really remember this movie. I remember scenes from it, but I don't really remember a lot of it. I just know, I remember the vibe, I guess, and I remember a small child being kidnapped, or the cat being kidnapped, or something.
Yeah, it was. I think it was the child. It was a child and the kitten.
Oh, I think the cat got first, and then the child, or something.
Yeah, because the child was looking for the cat.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of the strays and the homeless guy go to save the cat and the kid, and then they become the hero of the hour.
Yeah.
I mostly just remember it because of like the animation and Billy Joel.
Yes.
Like
that part I remember. The music.
The art and the soundtrack was basically like the best part of the movie.
Top tier. Yeah. Probably. Yeah. Top tier. All right. A sounds good. Wow. Next up we have Black Cauldron. I've never seen it.
If I recall correct, I think that was like right around the time frame where Disney was actually kind of experimenting more with dark movies.
Yeah.
I think.
I know it's Dan Avedon's favorite Disney movie. That's basically all I know about it.
Black Cauldron. Let me take a look into it. You have anything to say about the Black Cauldron besides that it's Danny Sexbang's favorite movie?
No. I have no strong feelings toward it, so...
yeah, no, this was one of the more darker movies that came out of Disney in the 80s.
I'll put it in C, based on the poster, personally, because again...
Okay, yeah, there was some fear and controversy to this movie. Oh, it was actually the first animated Disney film to receive a PG rating. And it was also the first Disney animated film to feature computer-generated imagery.
Oh, wow.
Critics voicing disapproval of its dark nature, disjointed writing for the animation and the soundtrack, and the voice acting were praised. It was a box office bomb.
Yeah, that I also know. It got really bad.
Yeah, that actually kind of put Disney's animation department in jeopardy.
Yeah. So,
All right.
Any strong feelings on where it should go?
I'd keep it at about a C. Like, I think I might have seen it once, and then after that, I just never saw it again.
Yeah. Alright. Great Mouse Detective, S tier.
I've never seen it, but I will take your word for it and say that it should be up there.
Hey, it's furry Sherlock Holmes, and really you don't need anything more than that.
So, S tier it is.
Yep. It's wonderful. It's just a fun movie. It's got a good villain song in it. It has a bonkers plot, and it's just good. I like it. Fox and the Hound.
That's...
It certainly is a movie, debatedly.
You didn't like Fox and the Hound?
It's a boring movie. And then when it's not boring, it's fucking depressing.
I'd put it in an A rank myself, but like, that movie does break you.
Oh no. It's too sad.
That movie does break you.
Yeah, I'll put it in A tier. The Rescuers. I've also never seen this one.
A B is probably the best place to put it. Like, it's like a bunch of it's like a bunch of mice and like smaller animals. Like, they try to like help out other animals and people. Like a small like secret rescue society, and they had like this like flag where it's like a mouse helping out a lion get like a thorn out of its paw and whatnot. They had like a chant and everything about it. They go off to they go from like England to America, like I think in Louisiana, because I remember there being like this bayou shack that this kidnapper and like the henchmen had like this one kid, and they were trying to like ransom her off for money, and they had like pet crocodiles
everything
that they used to try to kill people.
Everything I know about this movie comes from this children's book I got, which was like these Disney villain files, and one of the villains was the villain from The Rescuers, and I did not recognize them because I've never seen The Rescuers, and I think I had to look up what movie this villain comes from, and that's everything I know.
Like if I recall correctly, the first Rescuers film came out in the 80s, and the Rescuers Down Under came out in the 90s, because there was a definite change in like the animation quality of those two movies.
Okay. Weird that it got a sequel.
It was popular at the time, I think.
I guess. It's one of the few Disney movies to like get a like proper Disney sequel that wasn't like direct to DVD. So, yeah. Next up we have the Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. What's it say? I can't read it.
The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, that also never seen.
That one's an S tier.
Okay.
I will take no arguments or
it's Winnie the
criticism.
Pooh. It's Winnie the Pooh. He belongs in S tier. Robin Hood.
A.
Yeah. I love this movie. It's just a fun ride.
It is. It really is. I've seen this version of Robin Hood. I've also seen the Kevin Costner version of Robin Hood. Like, a lot of adaptations of Robin Hood have been really, really good.
Yeah.
Although I haven't seen the Taron Egerton one. I heard that one wasn't good, but anyway.
Yeah.
No, wait. There was actually two other versions of Robin Hood that were out there. The Russell Crowe one and the Taron Egerton one. I didn't see either one of those, but My old man really liked the Russell Crowe one.
There's also
Anyway,
Men in Tights.
Men in Tights. Yes, that one is also good. Carrie Elwise.
Yes. Never seen it. I just know it exists. Anyway. Aristocats, I wanna put it in S tier because I love it and I have such fond memories.
Do it.
Specifically, I think there's this scene with the geese, and I love geese.
Gee, I wonder why.
What are you freaking talking about? And it's just a really cute movie, and everybody wants to be a cat. It's true. Even some.
Although I will say this, if that movie was released today, in exactly the same way that it was made, they'd be crucified for the Siamese cat.
Yeah. Definitely.
They would be crucified for that cat.
We're gonna, you know what? We're actually gonna put this in A tier.
No.
It's not that good of a movie. Reevaluating it, I don't. Not just because of the racism thing, but it's also like not the best movie ever. So. Also, you can't leave your inheritance to pets. Please stop doing that. So yeah. The Jungle Book. Have you ever seen The Jungle Book?
I have seen The Jungle Book, actually. I would probably put that at a B.
Yeah. I'm kind of watched The Jungle Book, not really. I've read The Jungle Book.
I mostly remember from the Jungle Book, my three biggest takeaways from the Jungle Book were Baloo, King Louie, and Kaa.
Yes.
That's it. Like, if you were to talk to me about the live action Jungle Book, my biggest takeaway from the live action one is
I remember there being actually
what's his name? Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank on his name, but he plays Bagheera in the live action one.
Oh, I have no idea.
I'm looking this up right now because like he's like just
as you're looking that up, I have a memory of watching probably a direct-to-DVD sequel of The Jungle Book, which was I remember it had this scene where like Mowgli or like the went to a village with people, or like the kids from that village were like spending time like in the wild or something like that. I don't remember, but that's all I know.
Idris Elba.
Oh my god, you forgot Idris Elba? Get out. Get out. Get out. If I'd known that. I've seen hardly any live action anything from Disney. I've seen.
Well, look. If you look, just Idris Elba has just like this presence that commands a goddamn room. Like he walks in and he just radiates gravitas.
Anyway.
Sorry, had my moment. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, B sounds good. Sword in the Stone. I have actually seen this one. It's okay.
I put it in C. I mean, like, I saw it once and I never really remembered much about it. I know Merlin is from that movie, and then again, my only real big takeaway that I remember from The Sword in the Stone was Merlin, and most of my knowledge of Merlin comes from Kingdom Hearts.
Oh my gosh. It's a fun movie. It's
like
okay.
Like I said, Kingdom Hearts is a rabbit hole of like Disney and Final Fantasy.
Yeah. So I've been told. We're just gonna keep on trucking with 101 Dalmatians. Have you ever seen this movie?
I have actually. I'd probably put it at a B.
Yeah, I would agree.
I've seen the animated 101 Dalmatians. I've seen the sequel 102 Dalmatians.
I remember I saw a lot.
I recall there being 101
There was a live action 101 Dalmatians, and
there was
a sequel
with Glenn Close and Hugh Laurie and Jeff Daniels, if I remember correctly, and I think Emma Thompson was in there.
I don't know, but there was a sequel called 102 Dalmatians, and we had that one like on DVD for some reason, and I watched that one a lot as a kid. I don't know why, I just did, and that is mainly my association with 101 Dalmatians. There's this one scene that sticks in my mind, which is when Cruella de Vil is supposedly rehabilitated, and she's in prison, and she's just surrounded by Dalmatians that are like licking her face and stuff, and she's like released from prison because of that. Because now she loves dogs. She doesn't want to skin them, but then she turns evil again.
Yes, the demonization of mental illness. Gotta love it.
God, that movie was. I have so many memories of that movie. It was so childhood. Anyway, next up on our list, Sleeping Beauty. Honestly, it's a beautiful movie. The hand-painted backgrounds are like gorgeous. Boring. Kind of boring though.
Maleficent had more staying power in Kingdom Hearts.
Is this gonna be a reoccurring thing? You're just gonna keep bringing up Kingdom Hearts?
I'm sorry! Like, it's like the game 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. Like, I can, like, look at, like, something and be like...
We're literally doing Disney movies, to be fair.
Yeah, continue.
Yeah. Alright. Lady and the
Hand-painted backgrounds, great and everything, but yeah, Maleficent had more staying power as, like, one of the main antagonists in Kingdom Hearts.
I would say that this is A tier. I watched this movie a lot as a kid, and it was my godmother's favorite Disney movie. She loved Lady and the Tramp. So
I remember the "We Are Siamese, If You Please" cats out of that movie.
Yes, there was a racism in there. They just love sprinkling that in there.
To be honest and fair, though, I mean, it wasn't as bad as the Siamese cat and Aristocats.
Yeah.
Like that was like blatantly bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun movie. It's a nice movie, and it's a fascinating movie because it's from the perspective of the dog, and I don't know, it's just nice.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, it's a good movie, and it's got the iconic spaghetti scene. Peter Pan. I have not seen Peter Pan, the actual movie, but on ABC Family they would run reruns of Peter Pan to Return to Neverland. And that's my only frame of reference, really.
We're kind of getting into a point of Disney movies where it's like, these are classics, but when you kind of look back at them, like the racism, like for like certain character like character groups, was very prominent.
And probably why they don't show this on ABC Family. And they show the second one.
Probably more than likely, because there was an entire like musical number dedicated around Native Americans. Oh,
dedicated is not the word that I would use. Yeah. Where would you put it?
I'd probably put it around a C.
Yeah. I've never seen it, so I'm just gonna go with what you said. So we'll move on to Alice in Wonderland. I don't think I've seen this before.
Oh, you've never seen a blonde girl fall down a rabbit hole, smoke weed with a worm, and get hunted down by the Queen of Hearts?
No. I mean, I've read Alice in Wonderland. I've seen other adaptations of Alice in Wonderland. I don't think I've ever seen the Disney version. And I know it's kind of like the most iconic version.
It's the one version of Alice in Wonderland, like when you mention it, that's like the first one that comes to mind. Because then you're kind of like breaking down the dichotomy of like all the other versions of Alice from Alice in Wonderland that is out there in the wild currently. Be it like the non-Disney ones, the Disney ones, the live-action Tim Burton ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one I'd probably put in the C category.
Alright, that's what I thought. Middle of the road.
Personally, that one doesn't like really like stick and stay with me.
But it is very iconic.
It's iconic.
In its imagery.
But my only takeaway is from Kingdom Hearts.
Oh my god, I had no idea where you're going. I'm gonna be honest. I was like,
there was an entire like level dedicated around Alice in Wonderland. Actually, there was an entire level dedicated around Peter Pan as well too. The first one.
Was there racism in there?
Actually, they cut that out.
Oh, okay. Well, then good. Some things need to be cut. All right, Cinderella. B.
Yeah, I put it at B.
It's a beautiful movie. It's a very simple movie, and it excels at what it wants to do, and that's be a princess movie, and it's like one of the first princess movies. So
it is, and kind of makes me think about the live action one, like when that came out. Like they try to like tack and add on a lot more stuff onto that movie, and it was kind of like, why?
I like the live action one actually, but
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the director that did that one, and I love his work. But it was kind of like a lot of this is just like tacked on and added on.
Yeah. Also,
if that makes any sense.
Oh my god, what did I just do? Oh god.
I don't know, what did you do?
Okay, alright, we're back. Anyway, again, my screen went dark. Yeah, I think it's lovely. It's just a nice movie, and all the little mice characters, and Cinderella is just like she's so sweet and caring, and it's nice. It's just nice.
Fairy Godmother in Kingdom Hearts actually helped you unlock summons.
All right,
We're gonna have to
Dumbo.
we're gonna have to go down that rabbit hole one of these days.
And you know what? Someday we won't. Uh, um,
I'm dragging you down to that hole with me. Anyway, Dumbo, you said?
yeah. This also has racism in it.
The crows.
Yeah, the crows. I remember the elephant scene. I remember the beginning, which is fucking depressing. And I remember the scene where, like, his mother got, like, locked away, which was very sad.
It was.
And
I remember the pink elephants on parade.
yeah, that was my next thing. Was like I remember the elephants, and
yeah, I think it was because Dumbo had gotten into some hooch, and
yes.
Basically started seeing the pink elephants after that.
Mm-hmm. What a weird part of the movie. That was it's a weird movie. I
mean, we're getting to a point with some of these Disney movies where they actually did some off the wall shit.
Yeah, true. I don't really care for the movie, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's a bad movie. I don't think it belongs in D or below, but I think it's good in C.
It's there.
Yeah, it's
like,
there.
It's there. It's a movie. It's a story. Has those racist crows, but
yeah.
like I'm not excusing it. I'm just like I'm recognizing it.
Yeah. It's there. That's the best way to put it. Bambi. I don't know what your feelings are on Bambi, so I'll let you go first.
I think the only thing that people remember from Bambi was Bambi's mother getting shot.
Oh, this is not true. The thing that I remember from Bambi is Thumper. And he's called Thumper because his foot is always thumping.
I mean that's one takeaway that some people have.
Honestly,
I think the biggest takeaway that a lot of people remember
honestly, from because Bambi was on in the background when I was watching it as a child, I didn't realize I like totally my brain totally glossed over the scene where his mom died. I don't remember it.
Interesting, and weirdly enough, apparently there's a Bambi revenge movie coming out in the near future.
Huh. Anyway,
I'm not like bullshitting. This is what I heard apparently.
Yeah, that's weird. But the actual movie, it's boring. I would honestly put it in D tier.
I would too.
All right, D for Bambi.
I put it in D tier because
it's boring.
I think like the only thing that people really like remember is either Thumper or Bambi's mom getting shot.
Mm-hmm. And Flower. I think that's the skunk's name. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I just remember
Flower.
the skunk being really cute. I met a skunk once. It was a pet skunk, and they had their glands removed that would release the scent. So I got to hold the skunk.
Oh God! I actually looked up that like Bambi revenge movie, and I actually found out that it's called Bambi: The Reckoning.
Ah.
It's supposed to be a horror thriller.
I really hope. The first thing that comes to my mind is like just menacing shots of a deer, or trying to be menacing shots. What I hope, though, is that there's just a guy who's like dressed in like a brown t-shirt and brown pants and has like antlers attached to his head, and that's like, and maybe he's even on all fours. I don't know. That's what I want to see. we're almost to the end of our list because I cut a lot. So next we only have 2 left, and that's 2 left of what I'm willing to do. So we did really good. Yay us.
Oh, there's a lot we didn't get to.
All right, okay. Like I said, there's Pixar in here, which I'm not doing because I don't care about, because this is a Disney list, not a Pixar list. And then there's a lot of these that's like I just haven't seen. It's like the Three Caballeros, Make Mine Music, Fun and Fancy Free.
I've actually seen
Time.
Fun and Fancy Free.
Oh, well.
Like, that was like a weird, like, little anthology story where it actually had like some live action elements segueing into the animated segments for the movie.
Well, I didn't think we would have much to say on it, so
I mean, you're not. I mean, you're not entirely wrong.
It's my tier list. So Pinocchio.
No. It's our tier list.
This isn't communist Russia, okay? Anyway.
You should just have like a cut with just like the Soviet theme playing after that moment where you're just like,
I'm planning on
it's my
doing
tier list.
exactly
It's
that.
our tier list.
Yes, that's exactly what came to my mind. Anyway, Pinocchio. I remember seeing the beginning of this movie and the end of this movie. I don't remember most of this movie.
I actually remember a lot about this movie.
Yeah.
I remember like the middle part of the movie actually got pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Because like you had like these adult characters and Mr. Fellow, who is a fox in basically a very, very dirty smoking jacket, trying to lure kids off to Pleasure Island, where there's just like carnival rides, cigars, beer, and like all this stuff. So you have
this
like
is back when you could do anything in movies.
Well, basically, like anybody basically like look the other way, and it's like, oh, it's just kids being kids and yada yada yada. No one really like paid attention to underage drinking or underage smoking even, which was a very, very big change up when they did the live action remake to Pinocchio, where they took a lot of the stuff in Pleasure Island and they turned it in like cotton candy, root beer, and all this other stuff, and like they took out like the gambling aspects of it.
Oh.
And while this is like happening on Pleasure Island, these kids are being turned into donkeys that would get like sold and like worked to death.
Yeah, it's
I'd probably put that movie in about a B.
Really? Okay, alright. I mean, I don't...
Mostly because of like how much I remember from the movie and how absolutely
it's memorable.
bonkers.
Yeah. Alright, that's fair. I remember distinctly the scene where he sings I Have No Strings, and the scene right after that where he's like, the girl puppet, he doesn't want the puppet maker to like change it into something else, and so he steals it, and then he meets the blue fairy, and that's about it. But I'm fine with it being in B. Let's move on to our final movie, which will be Snow White. Have you seen Snow White?
I've seen Snow White. It's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie. Listen, admittedly, it is the first like big Disney movie. It was the first animated feature film. It's a big deal. It's a movie.
It's also the next remake that Disney's churning out.
Um. Yeah. It. I. I don't know what to say other than.
It's a film.
Yeah, it has some nice moments in it that I can definitely remember, like that one scene.
Yes, that one scene.
Mm-hmm.
How can we forget about that scene?
Yeah, and that other scene. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Kills
that...
me every time.
Yeah, and then you have the prince that basically kisses a woman while she sleeps.
Mm-hmm. Actually, that
Which
was...
also happened in Sleeping Beauty.
Yes. Well, technically, Snow White was dead. Which is worse. But the True Love's kiss...
Technically, Sleeping Beauty died too, because she was supposed to prick
she
her finger...
was put to sleep. That was the, like...
that was the addendum from the fairies.
The addendum. But Snow White, the True Love's Kiss thing was actually added by Disney because in all original versions of the, actual fairy tale, Snow White just has, like, the bite of apple stuck in her throat or something.
Yes, before the Heimlich maneuver was invented.
Yeah. And then either, like, a servant jostles her, like, drops the, like, case that she's in and it falls out, or, like, or the prince does it or something like that, and then it just comes free and then she's awake.
I'm just picturing, like, the prince just finding Snow White in, like, that little glass casket and just upends the casket, flinging her right out, and then the apple comes flying out.
Yeah.
Then it ends with, like, the prince going, "My work here is done," and then just rides off into the sunset.
Oh. Yeah, so, that is our Disney list. We did it. Oh my God, we completed a tier list in, under 2 hours. Oh, that's one way to put it. I'm happy with this. I think we got the S tiers are all good, and yeah. Any final thoughts?
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Fuck Disney. You're an evil corporation, and I still want to go to Disney World.
Yes, the duality of Disney. We hate them, but goddamn, can they churn out some good content every so often?
Well, I mean, right now they're going for quantity over quality.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the reason why I'm really burnt out on the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now, because it's like...
Bruh, after Loki Season 1, I'm like, that's it, I'm tapping out. I'm done.
Season 2 is supposed to be good?
Sure. Listen, it's # not my Loki, I'll just say that.
Which variant of Loki did you like?
The Avengers.
Oh, what, you didn't like Croaky?
Croaky?
Alligator Loki?
Oh, is that what? I thought I always called him Alligator Loki. No, I like Alligator Loki, okay? I got a Lego set. They had a Lego crocodile set, and I want to build it, and I want to make it Alligator Loki. Because I think that's cute. But well, we're not here to talk about Marvel, okay? I'm not.
That's for another rabbit hole. Join us next time when we tackle Kingdom Hearts, maybe.
No.
Who knows?
What I wanted to do originally this time was 80s music. But there's no good tier list, and I would have to make one. And I don't want to work.
Are we talking 80s music or 80s bands? Because I could probably help throw something together for that.
Probably 80s bands, because I know a lot of bands from the 80s.
I'll see what I can do,
But-
like pulling up like
but
names
here's
and
the-
whatnot for the next list.
Here's the question, though. Like, are we talking about bands that were popular in the 80s or bands that started in the 80s? Because a lot of popular bands from the 80s started in the 70s, like Van Halen.
We'll find that out for next time.
Yeah,
Thanks for
find out
joining us
next
tonight,
time.
ladies
Yeah,
and gentlemen.
all right. Yeah. Okay, you guys have a good night.